The question, what can I as an individual do to bring about an end to this tyranny, should be one on the lips of everybody in this country, in this world, in this society. I want to implore you to share this video with as many people as you can, simply because I want to try and crystallise in the most simple terms what it is that people actually need to do to be as effective as possible in bringing about an end to tyranny and moving towards a better world. Now, I don't know whether anybody has heard of the YouTube channel Academy of Ideas. Please, if you haven't, subscribe to their channel. I don't get any kickbacks or anything like that, by the way, for referring you to them or from encouraging you to subscribe with them. The reason I'm saying it is the single most perceptive YouTube channel, as far as I'm concerned, with regards to explaining the human condition and the nature of societies and where we are right now and why and what needs to happen. So in the description is a link to one particular video. I think it's called The Nature of Power, How to Dethrone Tyrants. It's about 12 minute long, and it's going to talk about what I'm talking about in this video, but it'll do it better than I can. Nevertheless, please stick around. What is it that you need to do? What do I need to do? We need to remember to simplify things as much as possible. As the video from Academy of Ideas will explain, there are 2 steps to dethroning tyrants, to bringing an end to tyranny. And they're related to 1, truth, and 2, power. And you can't have one without the other. I talk a lot about truth, and I firmly believe there is no such thing as the truth. What I think is going on at the moment and the reasons behind it, I'm sure there are elements of truth, but I'm not speaking the truth because I simply don't know. It's all based on perception. I've always argued it's easier for a population to coalesce around a lie and expose a lie, and in doing so, move towards something better. And I think that that's a large element of what people are trying to do. So what is truth then? Well, truth is personal truth. Well, what the hell's personal truth? Personal truth, simply for me, is finding out, doing the introspective work on ourselves and finding out deep down what is the essence of who we are, what are our values, and then learning to live our lives according to those values. So, for example, my values include, the most important ones for me are individuality, the imperfect individual, of course, authenticity, which is saying what I think, and freedom, and then truth itself. But truth is, as I say, is wrapped up in that description that I've already given you. So it's about realising, essentially, personal truth. It's about realising the power of ourselves as an individual. Now the second element, though, the second word was power. It's about then using that power in the most constructive, not destructive way that we can. Allied to truth, power is incredibly, incredibly powerful. This is what the video that you're going to watch explains. Now, we have to be so careful that we don't willingly give our power away. And I see that happening because when we get too wrapped up in the negativity, when we get too scared by what's going on, and don't get me wrong, it is terrifying, yes, we are giving our power away to tyrants. We are not living through our personal values. We are not using our personal power in the way that is most effective, altruistic, and in the name of freedom and truth. We're not. So when we're having a good day, we better make sure that we are driving forward with positivity, that we are focusing only on the positive things, that we are turning a negative situation and extracting the little shafts of light that are always there no matter how dark. And when we're having a bad day, we best make sure, if we're having a really bad day, that we don't get drawn in. We don't get drawn into the malaise, because we're 16, 17 months into this now and we've all been there. And if we're going to go there, we best make sure that we extricate ourselves quick from it. Otherwise we're giving our power away. This is not a time now to be harping on and banging on about all the bad stuff that's going on. This is a time for us to take the lead, use our power as an individual to live free, to lead the way in the name of truth, our own personal truth. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're living a fear-driven life, giving our power away to the dark side, laying ourselves down essentially. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging a negative situation, absolutely not. And we've all been through the journey when we realise exactly what we were up against. But for those of us now who have been well aware, been cognizant of the problem for well over a year, some have been cognizant of the problem for years, some for decades, they've just manifested themselves in a much more tangible way in the last few months. The world needs us to not give our power away. The world needs us to use our personal power as an individual to lead the way. Now, this is what I want to say, is why is it so simple what needs to happen? I've always said since the start of all this, the solution is so simple. Peaceful, civil disobedience and non-compliance. This is what the video Academy of Ideas will say as well. It is so simple. The hard part, as with many things simple, is to encourage people to see the simplicity of it. The simplicity of this concept. Don't give your power away. Live free. Live sovereign. Don't choose negativity as a default. Of course, it's absolutely normal, and it's emblematic of you being an empathetic person if you're feeling these horrendous feelings of despair, distrust, all of those hopelessness. But the light shines brighter. You can see the chinks of light turning into shafts of light. And if we do our thing and use our personal power, those chinks of light that have turned to shafts of light will ultimately bathe the whole land in a golden, warm glow. And that will be a new age. A new age of altruism, new age of community, of connection, of conversation, of good times. I would never say we're not in a race against time. We are, which is why it's more crucial than ever now. We have to be careful we don't fall into psychosis ourselves. Personal power. Power without truth leads to tyranny. Truth without power leads to inertia. Both together, wow, that brings about something incredible. So, what else do I want to say about this? Well, we can spend forever talking about the situation. We can say how truth and love is all that is required to bring about a better world. It's not. It needs to be backed up by something tangible, which could be many things. Creating something and telling the world how you feel, spreading the message, not complying with tyrannical rules, talking about the problem and then going to meditate on it, and then going and following all the rules anyway. Well, what good is that? Or just going and going to a vaccination centre and just berating people What good is that going to do? It has to be both together. Truth and power. Watch the video, please do watch the video. Academy of Ideas. We're really close. Really close to forcing something, an incredible change, as I've remarked in many videos that I've done. And I am feeling more optimistic about. The reason I feel more optimistic is I see more people becoming cognizant of the problem. The next thing they need to do is really explore what it is that they can do to bring about a change. So they need to understand that they, as an individual, are the ones who need to shoulder this responsibility. No more looking around. No more looking around and waiting for the next person to save the day. Absolutely not. There is no knight in shining armour coming along to save us. We have to save ourselves through realising and then living as sovereign, free, independent people, speaking and acting from a position of authenticity, personal truth, living free. And living free means not getting embroiled in fear. It means not getting entangled in psychosis. It means not letting the dark side drag you into the dark side, no matter how grim the situation looks. And I don't think it's anywhere near as grim as it was, for reasons I've outlined in previous videos. Please check out any of my last 3, 4, 5 videos if you want some optimism, because there's lots of it about. But let's remember how simple the solution to this is. Find out who you are, what you can offer, focus on the positivity, and do not comply under any circumstances with tyranny, ever. That's all we need to do. Remember, the solution is simple, not complex. The problem is complex, the solution is simple. Truth and power, people. Truth and power. So please do watch the video, Academy of Ideas. And please do subscribe to my channel as well if you like my content. I'm trying to be as uplifting as possible at the moment. Please do subscribe, and like I say, I'd implore you to share this particular video with anybody who maybe is tired, who's maybe giving up the ghost. We can't. Solution's simpler than we think, people. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.